Hello, this video is aimed at children entering the game of football. I will demonstrate different plays in the 5v5 game. Many of the lessons that we'll cover will still apply as you progress to larger sided games. In this video, we will focus on set plays, so we'll be doing kickoffs, corners, free kicks, goal kicks, throw-ins and penalties. At the start of the game, both teams will line up in their own halves. The blue team are on this side, the red team are on this side. As you can see, each team is lined up with a slightly different formation. The blue team have gone for a diamond formation and the red team for a square. Throughout the series of videos, we'll be focusing on the diamond formation because it gives better opportunity for players to move around the pitch to where they need to be. With the square formation, when players move back, often they end up on top of each other, and the same if they try and go across the pitch or if they move forward, you end up with a lot more bunching up. With the diamond formation, players can move forward and back whilst remaining in space. At kick-off, the ball will start in the centre circle, and the team taking the kick-off will have one player entering the centre circle. The team who are defending at that point can't enter the centre circle but can stand on the edge of it if they want to. When the referee blows a whistle to start the game, the player taking the kick-off will play a pass back to one of their players and the game will start, and then the defending team will start to press a little bit higher up the pitch. Kick-offs occur at the start of the game and the start of each period of play, and also after a goal is scored. If the blue team scored a goal against the red team would take the resulting kick-off to allow them to start with the ball. When the blue team are attacking the red team's goal, if the ball hits a red team player and goes out behind the byline, which is the line which the goals stand on, it would result in a corner to the blue team. The corner will be taken from the corner of the pitch, and the ball will sit within the sort of semicircle there. And depending on which side of the net the ball's gone out of, it determines which side the corner will be taken from. So if the ball's gone out on this side, it'll be taken from this corner here. One player from the blue team will have to go to take the corner kick. The defender would always stay back into their own half to prevent letting the red team counter attack if the ball was lost from the corner. With that, the red team would then probably leave one player up as well. So then you've got 3 defending players and 2 attacking players for the corner, and they've got one player taking the corner. Because this one player's taking the corner here, often one defender would come over here. Your 2 attackers are going to go into the centre of the box, one towards the back of the goal and one towards the front. So when the ball's played across, they can hopefully meet that cross and put the ball into the back of the net. If when the ball comes in from the corner, the red team manage to get it and play it forward, the blue players then need to move back and defend as the red team come forward with the ball. If the ball was to hit a blue player and go out for a red corner, when the blue team come to defend their corner, your attacking player is still going to stay up, and that's going to force the red team to keep a player back, and mean that if the blue team get the ball, they can play it forward to this player in the opposition half and relieve the pressure on their goal. So the red team is going to put their 2 players forward, one to the front and one to the back of the goal. This player on this side is going to stand between the corner taker and the centre of the box where the ball is going to be aimed at, and their job is to try and intercept the cross as it comes in. So when this player plays the ball, they're there to try and block it and then play it forward down the side there. If it misses this player, you're going to have 2 defenders in the box, and these are going to be marking the 2 players who are attacking. It's very important when they're defending that they stay goal side of the player. If you stand not goal side of the player, it's easier that when that cross comes in, there the red player would be through on goal. If the blue players make sure they are goal side of the red players, when that ball comes in, even if it gets to the red player and they have a shot, the blue player's got an opportunity to block the shot before it gets through to the goal. A free kick occurs when a foul is made and the referee blows the whistle to stop the play. If the red team have been given a free kick in the blue team's half, again, the attacking player for the blue team would stay up and that would keep a red team player back. Much the same as the corner, one player from the blue team would stand between the free kick taker and the goal. They've got to leave about 3 to 5 yards, depending on the size of the pitch, to allow the red player to freely play the ball. But they're there again to try and intercept it, and they're going to stand directly between the ball and their own goal. The red team, they might put a player there, they might put a player in the box, it might put both players in the box and try and play the ball in. Whichever way they do it, the other two remaining blue players, so you've got your attacker, you've got one person into what is called the wall, and your other two players are going to mark up the red players. Similar to corners, a goal kick occurs when the ball goes out of play past the byline. A goal kick would occur if it was when the red team were attacking, the ball was to hit a red team player and go out. During a goal kick, so if the blue team have the goal kick, the keeper can come to the edge of the box to take it. All the red team players have to move back into their half, so they've got to go back behind the halfway line to allow the keeper to take the goal kick. The blue team players are going to go back into their diamond, and this is going to allow the keeper to have some options for passes. Now you can pass it out to either of the wide men, or you can play it short to the defender. It's usually best to play it wide out to the wide men as far up the pitch as you can. If you can get it into the opponent's half and they can chase onto it, even if the ball goes out of play further the field, you've taken the pressure off and given a chance to get the ball out of the way of your goal. So the goalkeeper has taken the goal kick and it's gone all the way past everyone and out of play down this line, which is the touch line. So it's gone out of play here. It would be a throw-in. Now, if it's gone out from the blue goalkeeper, it would be a red team throw-in. So one of the red players would come over to throw the ball back into play. When they're doing that, the blue team are going to have an extra player on the pitch. So the red players are going to probably move over to somewhere like that. So you've got so that the player taking the throw-in and throw it in 3 different directions. The attacking player would probably go and mark that player, and each blue player would mark up to one of the red players. The player that is spare here is going to stand. You can stand in front of one of these players to make it more difficult. See, the other defending players are going to still make sure that they remain goal side of the red players, but this player can actually go elsewhere. When the ball's then thrown in, they might intercept it, or if they've stood on that player and he's thrown it there, because that player's marked, he might decide to play it back to the player who's taken the throw in. At that point, that's when that player can move forward, and it's 1-for-1 player marking, closing down defensive play. Similarly, if the ball's hit the red player and gone out for a blue throw in, the blue players need to make sure they're moving to try and get away from the defenders so that they can get into some space for the blue player to throw it to them. When you take the throw, it's generally best not to throw it towards your own goal, but to throw it towards the opponent's goal. Because even then, if this player's gone down the line and the throw goes down the line but hits another red player, there's a good chance it's going to go out. If he keeps it in, you're entering the pitch goal side and can be there when they come forward to defend. The final set play we're going to look at is a penalty. And similar to a free kick, this is given when a foul occurs, but it's only when the foul occurs in the box. So if the red player fouls the blue player in the box, the referee will award a penalty. When the penalty is being taken, there's only 2 players allowed in the box, and that's the goalkeeper and the attacking player who's taking the penalty. Everyone else has got to stay outside the box. You'll normally see them line up along the edge. One of the blue players will still remain in defence, and one of the red players will remain in attack. And that's so that if they miss the penalty and the red team start to counter, the blue team can defend. And alternatively, if you're the team that's conceded the penalty but don't score, you've got someone you can play the ball forward to and get it out. So the other 2 blue players are going to stand on the edge of the box, and what they're going to do when their attacking player takes the penalty, once they kick it, you can enter the box, but not until the ball's been kicked. Once the penalty's been taken, if the keeper saves it, if these players have ran in and the keeper has dropped it, they might be able to tap it into the goal. Similarly, if it hits the post and comes back out, these two players could tap it in. They've got to remain outside the box until the penalty's taken. Now, if the penalty's taken and the keeper saves it and he doesn't drop it, he could play it back out to one of their players, and they could then start a counter attack, at which point the blue players need to come back in to defend.